Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Sunless Sea Rewritten. We're here at the Gallery of Sentences, and like I mentioned last time, not really doing much here. Let's return, shall we? Because we are low on funds, very low on supplies, but we are laden with goodies. And with any luck, we'll be able to find, ideally, the old Magnanary on the way back. The light here is a trap. Draw too close and you'll be consumed by it, huh? Is that... Ah, the old glittering light. Right. Wanna see something fucky over here? Might be cutting it a bit close. Ah, here we go. You see this little thing? The, Tyrant Moth. That's a creature from the original. Perfectly normal The Beast with a fucking cannon for some reason. Time to go. Ow. Yes, very much time to go. Why is a moth shooting a cannon at us? How is a moth shooting a cannon at us? Good question. We'll see once I'm actually capable of not dying horribly to it. So I can show you what happens when you kill one. That won't be for a while now. Okay. Uh-oh. This looks like the area where the old Magnanary should be, but... Oh! There we go. Finally. Where's the port? Where's the port? Oh, there it is. Let's kill this jelly count while we're here. Why not? It's stuck, by the looks of it. Easy prey for babies. Oh, uh-oh. Ta! Did you just get yourself stuck again? Stuck in a way that I can't actually... There we go. You've destroyed a jelly count. Sailors say they're a form of royalty, in service to a court that floats in secret atop the waves. Watching the tattered, brainless, slimy thing dissolve is a difficult supposition to lend credence to. Well, we can blow it out of the water. Why? A good question. We can watch it disperse. Fable her name. I have no idea what that means. Last I played Fable... Well... Scoop up what's left. We could use the food. Parts of it might be edible. Parts of it might be anything. A spreading stain. It's gone. You are left with gooey gloves and a buttery smell. And this purple thing. Is it an egg? A heart? A less fortunate traveler? Dissolved and shriveled to mauve ruin? Put it somewhere safe. Okay, so no food then. I'll take a strange catch. Those are... I thought I saw... Oh, I thought I saw a port over there. I guess it must have been... Guess I must have mistaken something else. Oh well. This is very far away from where the Z-Bat told me to go, but okay. Here we are, the Old Magnanary. Marvels of non-Euclidean architecture. Discs, spirals, trunks, and balls web densely together from the waves to halfway up towards the Naaf's ceiling. Minarets from spinnerets and all varieties of sticky, silken shapes. Outside the main structures, less densely, spiderwebs connect in mist-like shapes and clouds, forming omnidirectional ladders to anywhere on the main structure. Spigots of silk stream from tens of thousands of scattered spiders, adding unendingly to the growing, webbed city. Rurally, further toward the ceiling of the Naaf, a network of smaller, vertical villages hangs perpendicular to your own ship and quarters. Approach the port. Spiders, each the span of a few human feet, scamper all directions, including upside down above you, as you dock in the Chelicare pincer-shaped docks of the Old Magnanary. In whatever era it was a magnanary, a silk farm run by humans, it is no such small endeavor now, and not ruled by humans either. Comfort varies. The reaction depends on the viewer's prejudices. To some of your crew, the tons of silk look rather like white countries, alien but understandable, even beautiful in their own way, spun out of fantasy more than any silk-stuffed abdomen. Meanwhile, other crew members beg you leave to remain in their quarters during your stay here, citing promises they made to family and loved ones when they left London. The Old Magnanary, strands of fate. A vertical city of webbing, where once was a humble silk farm. The abandoned docks are merely a suggestion of what once was. Anything worth seeing is further inland. Though you cannot skitter vertically as your hosts do, probably, tunnels have been cleared through the lower levels for comparatively large visitors such as yourself. The woven strands spring underfoot, but do not break. I bet I could make a pretty decent go at skittering, but never mind. So yeah. That's what we got here. Where once was a humble silk farm, now resides Spideropolis. Behold, the horrors of Spider Island. We went from one swarm to a very different sort of swarm. On the plus side, these guys are a lot smaller than the ones here in the original Sunless Sea. Speaking of, inquire as to why some spiders are missing legs. Some are four-legged, others have 6, others have 8. When the spiders see you, they squeal with slightly deferential excitement and call you a term that roughly translates to 20 legs. 20 legs, huh? Poor bipeds. In the Old Magnanary, class is shown by how many legs one has. Though all spider species here are born with 8 legs, legs are clipped at birth depending on which of the 3 social classes a spider is born into. Jesus fucking Christ. Determining whether they will be 4 or 6-legged or remain intact with their full 8. For this reason, particularly amongst the lower classes, spiders become excited when they see creatures with even more legs than their own aristocrats. Luckily, they are small enough that they consider all your fingers and toes to be legs, rather than thinking you a bipedal lumpen prole. Yeah, like I said, real small. I mean, fairly reasonably sized for spiders, on the large side even, but small relative to what was here in the previous history, let's put it. But bloody hell, they're fucking mutilating their young to denote class divisions of all things. That's horrible. Really, really horrible. Fucking hell. I guess we finally know what the horrors are of Spider Island. Compile a port report. You focus your report on a militaristic assessment of threats and opportunities, as requested, but the exercise and your report's authorial voice feels purely intellectual. You cannot bring yourself to think with realistic imagination about antagonism with this enemy. To do so would cannibalize parts of your mind that you would prefer to keep innocent. I beg your pardon? These people are mutilating their young. Frankly, of all factions, these seem like the ones you'd want London to conquer, just to put an end to that. Grim assessments. Opportunity. Silken cisterns of Z-water and fish guts form the centerpiece of most clusters and substructures. Such cisterns are constantly elevated and lowered to be cleaned and refilled at the Z surface. Strategically, perhaps these draglines or whatever organic pulley-like systems that belay them could be cut. Threat. In war, the fish-trawling nets that surround the island could be spun in unexpected routes, placed like mines to disarm the English Navy's ships by wrapping them in place. Threat. In melee combat, their soldiers would produce venom internally, have pincers on their jaws, and jump very high. Threat. The report continues several pages without returning to opportunities. Perhaps it's best they don't fully understand who they revere. What? Concerning, to be sure. Well, we can finally do this. Hopefully the next one will be a bit easier to obtain. Seek strategic information. There are only spiders at the dock at the moment, but that doesn't mean there's nothing for you here. Look up. Stand in a certain spot, and dates and coordinates are written in silk directly overhead, just visible through the tangle of webs. Write quickly. They're already being taken apart. My. Well, that won't do us much good until we get a second one, but at least it allows us to get a second one. Seek out the Song Weaver. The name is sewn into uncountable webs, with sinewy arrows pointing toward one of the far islands. Silk bridges. Navigating the song spider's domain isn't the easiest thing. You've got to pay close attention to the signage, and stick only to 20-leg rated bridges. But after a while, the sounds of a complex orchestra drift over the waves, and you're able to peer your head over the lip of a woven stadium to catch a glimpse of what all the fuss is about. Well, it's no wonder the leg-loving spiders venerate the Songweaver. It's a millipede! A millipede maestro, no less, scuttling to and fro as it leads an insect band through rehearsals. The sound is like nothing heard in London. Ha! Oh, I should have guessed. Do those legs go all the way up? A millipede, naturally. I mean, it's not actually 1,000 legs, as the name would imply. It's certainly not 1,000,000, but it's more like, well, it varies, but around a couple hundred or so. Although there is at least one documented millipede that did have over 1,000 legs. But never mind that. Basically what I'm saying is centipedes are more aptly named. Although oddly enough, centipedes always have an odd number of pairs of legs, so they can never have exactly 100. Closest they can get is 98 or 102. Isn't that kind of funny? Anyway. Well, I can listen to the Songweaver perform. Tickets are sold out for the next several months, but a certain spice that spiders can't get enough of will open many doors. Hard as metal, soft as silk. The bribe doesn't get you into the theater itself, but onto a raised overlook that suits you better anyway. The musicians make a tremendous noise for their small size. Specially made instruments carry their sound further than reason would suggest, and their stage presence is strangely mesmerizing. Combination of insectoid dance and controlled mangling of sound. That sounds pleasant, alright? The Millipede Maestro is the clear star, screeching lyrics that you don't altogether follow by resonate in your head regardless. I think I mean but resonate in your head regardless. When all's said and done, however, there is no applause. The song spiders murmur appreciatively and file out in silence. They clearly don't know just what they have here. Perhaps it's time to find the Songweaver a bigger stage. Mayhap. Take the Songweaver on an Untersee tour. This could be the start of something big. Sure, why not? Hit the road, toady. The Millipede Maestro makes his demands clear. We'll only play in places with a music scene, he affirms as his bandmates nod. And when I say we need something for a performance, you drop everything and get it done. And when we're done, we're done. 3 shows, tops. Very carefully, you shake on it. Word, toady. Let's show those fools what real music sounds like. You now have Songweaver & Co. Faster, toady, faster. Bring this bug band to ports of entertainment to perform. Sure. Bring in an insect onto a tour of the Untersee. Why not? Makes as much sense as any storyline in this game. So yeah, the old Songweaver Untersee tour. We go around to various ports and have him play. You can only go to 3, obviously, and there's more than 3. But, unlike a lot of these sorts of events, this isn't actually a one-time thing. You can get him to go on another tour with you once this is over, just by spending some extra swarm spice. So, guess we'll do that. Later. Oh, one other thing. Besides the whole mechanics of the tour, which I'll explain later once I get to London. Which is, by the way, one of the ports with a venue for him. Obviously, of course London's gonna have a musical scene. It's London. I doubt most ports are going to have anywhere near the musical scene that an actual proper city is gonna have. As fallen as it is. This is a little thing you can do. Listen to the Songweaver rehearse, which has a chance of either reducing your terror or reducing your hull. Not by very much. I think it's like 1 hull? I don't remember. But the other thing it does, besides have that chance, is that it always uses up your something awaits you. So you can't just spam it for endless terror reduction at the cost of chunks of your hull. As funny as that would be. But the thing is, this is, as far as I'm aware, the only reliable, repeatable method of using up something awaits you without making port. I'm pretty sure there's other things that can do that, certain officer interactions and such, but none of them are nearly as reliable as this. And all it costs you is the occasional hit to your hull, which is fine. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, that's a good question, isn't it? Rest assured, however, this will come in handy eventually. I can assure you of that. Assuming they haven't changed the way that functions anyway. They could have, in fact, completely changed the way that was programmed, specifically to make me look dumb. That's always a possibility. Anyway, checking on the Songweaver. Where to begin? Nice boat, toady. Hey, you know these waters better than me. Take us where the crowds are, where the music is, where people know how to have a good time. Oh, it actually just tells you. Right, forgot about this. Bring the Songweaver to Namaragawa, Bestiary, the Paradise of Thorns, Fallen London, the Theater of Tyrants, or Castle Kisumoto. If you can get inside. Yeah. If, indeed. That one they rather, special port when it comes to this quest line. We'll see. Of course, aside from London, which we started at, and Kisumoto, which we can't get into, we know where none of these are, so... Wow. Anyway, these are what we can buy here. Kinda wishing I got more Swarm Spice now. I thought I bought 3, but apparently I only bought 2. All legs welcome. Those with any number of legs can shop here. More is still preferred, of course. Silks are we. Does that mean there are shops that require a certain number of legs? If I've got 20, surely I'd have access to those, but apparently not. Oh, this is different, actually. Yeah. Last time I was here, the things were you could sell Swarm Spice for 2 supplies, that's still the same. You could buy a Strange Catch for a move in the Great Game, and you could buy Pulse of Soak for 67, that's still the same. But the move in the Great Game, now you can buy them here for Swarm Spice, which is interesting. There are already a couple of ways to buy moves in the Great Game, but this is easily the best, assuming those are still the same. Swarm Spice is only 25 echoes, and it's, well, the way this is spawned, it's real close. It could have spawned a fair bit farther away, but still. And the Strange Catches, rather than being bought with moves in the Great Game, are now bought with fragments. Which, now that there is a good way to buy moves in the Great Game, is actually less convenient. That is kind of rough. Oh well. Second thought, I think I'm gonna sell the Swarm Spice for supplies. For 2 reasons. One, we're not gonna make it to London on this sort of hunger. With no supplies. I mean, we could sacrifice Strange Catch or Zoop or, God forbid, even Sunless Fruit for that. But why bother? When we're going to need to return to Kulakita immediately anyway to ferry more fungal water for pages and for whatever is at the center of that maze. There's no reason not to do that as quickly as possible, besides the... Well, I guess there's the terror we'll be gaining because we don't have very high veils, but still. So yeah. Was gonna save the Swarm Spice for Hermitage, but why bother? Let's go. There we go. Don't have mushroom at the moment. Don't have mushroom at the moment. Got so much random crap filling up the hold. If I want to make it in 2 trips, total of 39, but it's not separated, but it can't be separated cleanly. Gonna need 22 on the first trip, 17 on the second, or something along those lines. Yeah, that's... But I don't think I have the space... Well, maybe I do. Yeah, I do, actually, because I'll be dropping off this, and some of my hold space is already filled with it, so yeah. Probably even... I should probably... In fact, I'll bring, like, 20... whatever. Yeah, look at this. Already about to run out of supplies again. Anyway. Here you go, more Blemigans. That's 5. Still no reward. Presumably 7 is the number. Whew. Look at that, 39. Funny. Okay. We're swinging back to London? Huh? Oh, more experimental procedures. Let's see. Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. Whammies. Damn. Well, we'll be getting a bit more nightmares when we return, but that's fine. I got some more recent news for these bozos. I always thought the way that they're shaped is kind of weird, like that little thing in the center. Anyway, here you go. If favor is increased to 2. Oh, now I can give them memory of distant shores. It seems word of you is getting around. We trade ships sometimes, the solo operator shrugs. We chat. Eyes wide with longing. The operator is enthralled. Around, the Z shifts and roll. The shifts and roll. You mean rolls? As though fleeing from the roaming light. Well, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Gonna run out of supplies again before we even arrive in London. That really sneaks up on you, doesn't it? Well, doesn't it? I asked you a question, audience. A breath of relief. Huh! Hello, a little gift. A very fine evening to you, Captain. My what you might call mentor is very fond of adventurous sea captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a dispensation, on account of he is so fond of sea captains. Behind the Blind Bruiser, on the dock, stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. A dray, for the record, is a kind of cart. Let's inquire further, although I can't exactly accept it at the moment because I don't have 15 points of space in the hold. Who is this patron? Is there a catch? An airy wave. He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river, what is much patronized by sailors and men of wit and vinegar. A public house, and there is no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. Indeed. Apparently this isn't actually reversed as I thought it was. It's just oddly phrased. Trade for Worm Knuckles means he'll trade Worm Knuckles for Worm's Breath. And vice versa. That's the way it works. Instead of getting a bit of extra cash for a rare treasure, you can trade a rare treasure for a different rare treasure. Anyway, here you go. My first big windfall. Captivating treasure. This is what they're mainly for, after all. Selling. There are some uses for them, but... well, in the early game, this is what they're really for. This will make it quite a dent in my acquisitions budget, he lied. You can sell him literally thousands of similarly valuable things, and he won't bat an eye. I should know, I've done that. Not quite as valuable, but literally thousands. Let's see. And also... Neo Kamakura. Damn, I have no idea where that is. East. Everything's east of London, basically. I can pass on strategic information, but that's almost invariably a bad idea. It's basically always worth it to wait till you get 2 and then turn it into vital intelligence. Anyway, Claiborne Place. Ah, that old place. We should have kept a tighter grip on them. Yeah, I think that place is still unfinished. I should perhaps wait to deliver those. I should deliver one for Kulakita, I suppose. But tell me you didn't bring any of it back with you. No, actually, I didn't. because I used up all my swarm spice, not dying. Okay, and then we get... Will one of the supplies be enough? If it's not, I can buy some more there. But I don't have the space to... Well, the Soulless Fruit doesn't use any space. The Zoop does, for some reason. I don't have any use for Zoop, and I don't remember if romantic literature is still contraband or not. Actually, I don't think that's contraband in this history. On the other hand, I could spend half of the echoes I just got acquiring a warehouse and store some shit. That's not from this mod, by the way. That's from one of the only mod I know for a fact is 100% is more or less compatible with Sunless Rewritten. It doesn't have the ability to store stuff from Sunless Rewritten, but it doesn't contradict it in any way because it's a separate thing entirely that doesn't interfere with any of the storylines in London. I'm fairly certain. So that's kind of neat. Might slightly alter the balance of the game, I admit, but, well, I for one think that it should have been a part of the base game, because it's kind of nutty that there's no way to ever store anything. You have to, if you don't want to be carrying around something, you have to sell it or dump it. Kind of insane when you think about it. So I have no shame whatsoever in using this. I'm sure Eniagon can find it in his heart to forgive me. The warehouse may not look like much, but it occupies prime real estate down by the docks. Perhaps this is the start of a merchant dynasty? Perhaps not. Anyway, rather than forcing you to fiddle around with little storylit nonsense, it instead replaces the shops. Which is pretty neat. Anyway. There we go. And then I want to get back. I can do this. And then we get a bit more. Oh, right. I forgot. Arrange for the song weaver to perform in Vale Garden. The Londoners may be set in their ways, but some of those ways are quite strange indeed. Lovely legs. You book a stage at a popular pub and let the rumor mongers work their magic. The coppers are preemptively called, lined up with pre-approved noise complaints at the ready. This is going to be good. Oh, before I do that, probably buy this and hope for the best. Huh? What? Huh? What? Okay, I don't think that's supposed to happen. Okay, note to self. Don't try to click to one of these other things in that story thing. Okay. Might need to... Eniagon might need to take a look at that one. It's just, Uh-oh. God, of course it... Damn it, it's crashing, isn't it? Be back in a second. This game, I swear it's held together by Swiss cheese. This isn't from this mod, by the way. This just kind of happens in Sunless Sea. Unfortunately. Okay. Going to buy this first this time. And... there we go. The venue... before the performance. The venue is ready. The audience is packed. The musicians are testing their instruments. But the millipede maestro seems ill at ease. Hey, Toady, You've been great so far, and I just need you to get this one thing from me. Yeah. This is the other part of this whole storyline. Every single time you go to a venue, he'll be demanding something. There's 4 different things he can demand. It's completely random which one he demands. I just happened to guess exactly what he needed this time. Luck of the draw. Although half of the things that he could have needed were things I had, to be fair. He can ask for prisoner's honey, 3 units of fuel, jellied eyeball, and sapphires. You can give them to him, or you can convince him to perform empty-handed with a heart check. Your choices here, as well as your success or failure with this one, will affect how well he feels that the tour went, which affects your reward at the end. It's best to give him the stuff. But succeeding in these is almost as good. Failing, of course, is the worst. Give the Millipede Maestro some prisoner's honey. Go on, Toady. We'll all just have a drop, and this night will go like a dream. Yeah. Tactile hallucinations. The first few minutes of the concert are chaos, as the band members chew on honey, fading in and out of sight and sound. When the noise finally stabilizes, there's a new tone to it. Something captured in half-dreams and brought screaming into reality. The bassist is clearly honey-mazed, but seems to play all the better for it. The night is truly one to remember. Indeed, the performance of our dreams. Yeah, giving him the stuff increases the score by 3. Succeeding on that check increases it by 2. Failing, I don't remember what failing does. It either increases by 1 or by 0. Or maybe it decreases it? Something like that anyway. And I think the number you want to reach is 7? Maybe. I don't remember. Probably. 7 is usually the number. Anyway. Good times. Good times. Let's see. New recruit. Anything good? Ooh. The Sunny Surfacer. Golly, it's dark down here, innit? The Sunny Surfacer is a cook who increases hearts and pages but decreases mirrors. Well, I already have a cook. And I could use a gunnery officer, certainly. I can't have won all of these, of course, but even the engage a sailor thing, because I'm 1 crew down. Both the Sunny Surfacer and the Pale Widow have pretty neat storylines. But let's go with the Pale Widow, both because I need a gunnery officer and because this storyline is going to require going all across the sea. You'll do. Follow me, Captain. We're hunting monsters. Welcome aboard. Are we still in port? Hurry up, hurry up. Show me the guns. Oh, I'll show you the guns, alright. Oh, you can't see me flexing. Never mind. She always seems on the cusp of violence, even away from the guns. Veils plus 6, iron plus 3. Veils will certainly come in handy. Welcome aboard. Invite the Pale Widow to dine with you. She intimidates you. Maybe after getting to know each other over dinner, she will intimidate you less. She won't. Enough talk. She eats, but makes it clear that she is aggressively uninterested in doing so. Relatable. I'm on the sea for one reason, she says in what sounds like a restrained snarl. To hunt sharks. If that's not going to happen, I may as well leave this ship right now. Would hunting a shark improve her mood? Only one way to find out. Hunt a bound shark for the Pale Widow. Hast seen Old One-Eye? She always has an intense gaze at something distantly behind you. Well, she hunts sharks. That's what she does. Woman after my own heart. Anyway, we should probably not be near death any longer than we have to be. Preferably. Good as new. It's always weirded me out the way repairing works, where it's a lump sum to restore you to full health no matter how much health you've lost, so there's no way to really efficiently patch yourself up from slightly injured. Aggravating, it really is. Let's do a bit of carousing. We could use a terror reduction. A marvelous night out. Sea shanties, fine food, and the warmth of a pub fire. And something more. Aha! Trouble and romance. That night in Woofstack you find yourself sharing a table with the likely lass. Don't think I came down to the docks just to see you. I've got business here. But, alright. It did cross my mind that you might drop by. A few hours together. Shared warmth, new memories. It's harder to say goodbye this time. Your sweetheart is ready to have a child. Making a baby isn't what it used to be. Okay, that's moving fast. Alright. I guess it's not that much faster than regular Sunless Sea. Barring a little bit of randomness. Okay. And oh wow, have I really been recording that long already? Well, I've been trying to make shorter videos lately, and I've already got a good name picked out for whatever episode involves getting to the center of that maze, so let's call it quits here, shall we? For the sake of my continued sanity. Well, shall we? I asked you a question. Trick question, by the way. You don't get a vote. You don't have rights. So until next time, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers!